Chapter 2. Shen could still hear the snowmobile's engine buzzing like a distant bee. He started after it, following the scratch marks its tracks had left along the troughs between the waves. The Pugs seemed to understand that they were meant to come with him, and they did. But they weren't used to walking on ice. Their claws skittered and scrabbled on the frozen sea. They lost their footing and fell on their faces or slid on their tummies down the steep sides of the stilled waves. "This is hopeless," said Shen, as he slithered to and fro, trying to help them. The sound of the engine was growing fainter and fainter in the distance. Soon, Shen could not hear it at all. He kept following the snowmobile's tracks while the Pugs skidded after him. Big, feathery flakes of snow began to fall. It made the Pugs sneeze and covered the tracks completely. Through the snowflakes, Shen saw something on the ice ahead. It was one of the crates from the snowmobile trailer. It had burst open and a pile of woolly jumpers had spilled out. Shen guessed it hadn't fallen off the trailer by accident. Bo and Mungbean had always been kind to him, ever since they'd found him as a baby, adrift in an upturned umbrella in the South China Sea. They must have tried to persuade Captain Jeggins to stop and wait. When he wouldn't, they quietly heaved the jumper crate off the trailer, so at least Shen would have something to keep him warm. "Thanks, Mungbean," said Shen. "Thanks, Bo." He put on a couple of the jumpers and looked back. The Pugs were trailing after him. They were getting better at walking on the ice, but they were all shivering with cold, poor things. Shen took out his pocket knife. Quickly, he cut the sleeves of 33 jumpers and made cozy Aran body stockings for them. As he was cramming the Pugs into the sleeves, he started to notice a new sound. Rumble, it went, rumble. At first he hoped it might be the snowmobile coming back. Then he worried that the ice was cracking. Then he realized it was the Pugs' empty tummies rumbling. No wonder they were going so slowly. They weren't just cold and frightened, they were hungry. They sat there sadly in their new jumpers, tails down, ears drooping, waiting for their breakfast. Shen scrambled to the top of a frozen wave and looked around. Through the snow, he saw a dark line of cliffs not far off. The waves must have hidden it from Captain Jeggins and the others. They would not have seen the lonely lights that twinkled there. "Wait here," he told the Pugs. "I'm going to fetch help." He spread some of the armless jumpers on the snow, and the Pugs piled onto them, snuggling together in a big heap. He laid more jumpers over them, told them that he would soon be back. Then he set off across the motionless ocean. And that's the end of chapter 2.